we're going to talk more now about Suella Braverman. She has defected to Reform UK. Andrew Allison is with us. He's head of campaigns for Popular Conservatism. What is popular conservatism these days? Conservatism that's popular. Is it Reform UK or is it the Conservative Party, do you think, Andrew?
Well, as you know, Peter, conservatism means the conservative movement,
yeah.
Conservatism, conservative policies. When we started off 2 years ago now, February in 2024, I would say that the vast majority of our supporters were members of the Conservative Party. That, of course, is changing as more and more people, like myself, leave the Conservative Party and move to Reform.
Well, indeed, and we now have the Gorton and Denton by-election confirmed for the 26th of February. Clearly, Reform UK is seeking a candidate for that. It'll be very interesting to see if that's someone very high-profile like Zia Youssef, the Labour having all sorts of problems. But when you look at Suella Braverman defecting to Reform UK, was that any shock to you at all, or was it just simply a shock in terms of the matter of timing the rabbit from the hat?
Yes, I agree. It was the timing of it that was a surprise. You've got to hand it to Nigel Farage. He's very good at doing this. And I suppose he gets all the media along to his press conferences as well, because everyone's wondering if there's going to be a rabbit brought out of the hat. As to her move to Reform, no, I wasn't surprised. I think that's been on the cards for quite some time. It didn't surprise me in the least.
Is it a good move for Reform UK? Is it a good move for Suella Braverman, do you think?
Well, I think it is, yes. I think during her time as Home Secretary, and she's been very candid about this, and she's been candid with us at Popular Conservatism in a webinar. She tried to get things to change regarding immigration when she was Home Secretary, and she was blocked, and she was blocked, and she was blocked. Not only by the whole civil service, the whole blob, but also by her colleagues in the Conservative Party who were in government with her at the time. So I think she's got clean hands. I think everyone knows that Suella wanted to change things and couldn't, and she was prevented from doing so. So I think it is a good move for her, and I think it ultimately will be a good move for Reform. It is certainly, I think, the Conservative Party's loss.
When you look back at the people, even just the last 4 or 5, Suella Braverman, Andrew Rossendale, Robert Jenrick, Nadeem Zahawi, Ben Bradley, Jonathan Gullis, I mean, this is becoming a bit of a flood, really, isn't it? What should Kemi Badenoch do? How should she react to this, do you think, as leader of the Conservative Party?
No, there's anything that Kemi can really do about these defections at all. I mean, I wrote a piece for my Substack page, Peter, just after the local elections last year, and I did say that if anyone blames those appalling results for the Conservative Party on Kemi Badenoch, then they're pointing the finger at the wrong person. I think these results were baked in. I also think poor results for both Labour and the Conservatives are already baked in May, when we have the next round of local elections and, of course, elections in Wales.
And is a poor result baked in for Labour when it comes to this by-election, now confirmed for the 26th of next month? I mean, a month's time is not exactly a long time to have to campaign. Maybe they just want that over.
Well, it's not a long time to campaign, but if my maths is correct, and I've just been doing quickly in my head, I think nominations close at 4 p.m. on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. So that's very quick.
I mean, that does not give any of the parties any time at all to actually select a candidate. So we're going to get candidates opposed from on high. So Labour is going to impose a candidate for that by-election. It's not going to go through any sort of local process. Local members are not going to get a say in that at all. Maybe to rub a stamp, but that's about it. So all the parties are going to have to be very quick. But it was interesting looking at some sort of snap polling that was done, or certainly on the betting markets as well, that Labour were looking pretty good in that by-election if they'd selected Andy Burnham, but now they're looking pretty poor, maybe even in 3rd place, now that they don't have Andy Burnham. So I think that this whole thing would have just backfired on Keir Starmer.
Andrew, as always, thank you. Andrew Allison there, head of campaigns for Popular Conservatism. Another Andrew in Hertfordshire, has been in touch. 0344 499 1000 is the number he has called. Andrew, you're very welcome to the programme. What would you like to say?
Good afternoon, Peter. It's a cracking move, Suella Braverman. It means that Reform, when they get into power, and you've been near the cogs of power, they've got people that know how it works. And that is going to be the critical thing. She actually knows how to confront the civil service. And we, on the other side, the public, we think you just write a law, it happens. So they could be really good to go when they get in office. They'll make the right decisions and they'll be able to drive them through.
You're not worried about there being too many Conservatives, and those, some of whom have been responsible for some of the stuff that happened over the 14 years that the Conservatives were in power?
I'm going to say this to you. I'll say only once. I think you might get it given where you were born. If a cat has kittens in a kipper box, it doesn't make the kittens kippers.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Andrew, listen, thanks for your thoughts on that. Let's go to Matthew in Warrington. We've barely talked about Andy Burnham today. Honestly, at about 12 o'clock, I was chatting to the producers about what we're doing on the show. We thought, oh, mostly Andy Burnham. We'll talk about that. And then, of course, boom, you know, Suella Braverman defects to Reform UK. But Andy Burnham, a big issue, and it's just been confirmed in the last few minutes that the by-election will be 1 month today in Gorton and Denton. Matthew in Warrington has some thoughts about this and the position of Keir Starmer, I think, Matthew.
Hi, Peter. You're putting some shifts in the last couple of weeks, aren't you?
It's good to be busy. Good to be busy.
I know. Does your other half remember what you look like? she'll have to ring in to just have a chat with you.
What do you make of all of this, Matthew?
Andy Burnham, he's pulled a flanker, hasn't he? He's pulled the right one because obviously he knew he was going to get knocked back. You Starmer is in the corner of the ring getting battered. So he'll step back now, and there will be a leadership battle. And whoever gets that goes for the Starmer's job, they're going to want Andy Burnham in their corner, aren't they? They're going to want him as an MP because he's not my cup of tea, but he is a big hitter in the Labour Party, and they're going to, because really, you should have let him. You should have let him go for it, and if he'd have won it, offered him a front bench part so he couldn't stab him in the back.
Is Starmer just weak at the moment, do you think?
Yeah, Starmer's terrible, really, really bad. He's you've heard me come on here loads of times. I've been doing it for 6. He's been bad from day one, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people certainly feel that way. Matthew, thank you. I'm just going to get. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'd just love to say, I'd like to see Johnny Mercer join Reform. I think he's an amazing MP, and what he does for the military and veterans is he would be my only other Tory to join Reform.
Interesting one. I wonder what he will think about that. I'm sure it's been on his mind to some degree. Matthew, thank you. Just want to get Trevor in just before the news. Trevor's in Bedfordshire. You're very welcome to the programme, Trevor. What would you like to say about Andy Burnham?
Hi, Peter. Good to talk to you.
You too.
Well, something that no one has mentioned, I think it would be hysterical. If Andy Burnham really thinks he's the best candidate for Garton, why doesn't he stand as an independent? And you know what would be funny? If he won, and it would be a huge if, clearly, but if he did, he'd be in the Commons, and then he could basically defect to Labour. And then he could challenge Starmer. How's that for a scenario?
Well, listen, there are an awful lot of what-ifs around at the moment, Trevor, but that's certainly one of them anyway. I'm not sure he'd win as an independent. It's going to be a fascinating by-election, especially if you have maybe Zia Youssef standing, maybe for Reform UK, maybe you're going to have one of the former MPs for the Conservatives who's joined Reform UK. We'll see what happens with that. They haven't got very long to wait. Maybe Zach Polanski, maybe George Galloway as well. Listen, thank you, Trevor. Much appreciated. There is just literally 30 seconds for Richard in London to make his point on Suella Braverman. Richard, you're welcome. Go ahead.
It sounds like the Tory SDP. Peter, you're a bit younger than me. You may not remember them all, but I mean, there's so little substance, and it seems like people trying to create new careers.
Do you not think it'll actually be successful, Richard?
Suella could be a kind of. She's like a no-nonsense version of Shirley Williams.
I remember her, yeah, absolutely.
It's a Tory SDP. There's no substance.
Okay.
And one of the other problems is there's simply no new ideas. I mean, for instance, Julie was talking this morning about policing. Peter Hitchens makes the point that we've got very good anti-drug laws in this country, but we don't enforce them.
Well, it's about implementing those laws, as you correctly say, and Richard, that's just not done to any degree that it should be, and I think that's a very, very good point. Governments always say, and parties always say, we want new initiatives, but actually implementing the law that's there already is another big aspect of this. Richard, thank you.